So now that we kind of have an idea what's the purpose of a VPC, let's look at some of its key features, limitations, and some other little things we want to talk about. So here on the right-hand side, this is the form to create a VPC, and it's literally 4 fields. It's that simple. You name it, you give it an address. You can also give it an additional IPv6 address. You can't be, or it's either this and this. And you can set its tendencies to default or dedicated. Dedicated meaning that it's running on dedicated hardware. If you're an enterprise, you might care about that. This is what the IPv6 CIDR block would look like because you don't enter it in. Amazon generates one for you. So VPCs are region specific. They do not span regions. You can create up to 5 VPCs per region. Every region comes with a default VPC. You can have 200 subnets per VPC. That's a lot of subnets. You can create, as we said here, an CIDR block. You actually have to create one. It's a requirement. And in addition to, you can provide an IPv6 CIDR block. It's good to know that when you create a VPC, it doesn't cost you anything. That goes the same for route tables, NACLs, internet gateways, security groups, subnets, and VPC peering. However, there are resources within a VPC that are going to cost you money, such as NAC gateways, VPC endpoints, VPN gateways, customer gateways. But most of the time, you'll be working with the ones that don't cost any money, so that there shouldn't be too much of a concern to be getting overbilled. One thing I do want to point out is that when you do create a VPC, it doesn't have DNS host names turned on by default. If you're wondering what that option is for, what it does is when you launch EC2 instances, and so here down below I have an EC2 instance, and it will get a public IP, but it will only get a public DNS, which looks like a domain name, like an address, and that's literally what it is. But if this isn't turned on, that EC2 instance won't get one. So if you're wondering, why isn't that there? It's probably because your host names are disabled, and they are disabled by default. You just got to turn them on.